Hey guys, Popular Boat here, back to continue our campaign as Proto-Denmark, really. We're playing the CK2Plus mod, and making our way, slowly progressing, slowly getting there. We really need raiding to become enabled, so we can start going and collecting a bunch of money. What are our guys doing? Please go train some troops, and things are looking alright. Okay, our threat has dropped down below 15%. Our brother wants another seat, or a seat on the council still, but he's pretty shit. Really don't want him. What does he even own? Just that. Can we... Again. We don't have any boats, is what we're waiting for. There is an event that should fire in the next 10 years or so that will give us all boats. Have these guys got it yet? No, no one has it yet. So there's an event that gives all of the Norse people on the coast free shipyards and the ability to go and raid coasts. Actually, we already have the ability, it just gives us boats. So we've converted that province. So much for 2% chance being unlikely. Although this guy has 3.5% chance. Yeah. So let's just improve religious relations with people around when the autosave finishes. There we go. We're doing okay on prestige, but I need a lot of it to offset some of my negative opinion modifiers on my character. Varnus recently arrived in our capital and has formally presented himself at court. My lord, I am on a campaign to retake my rightful titles from this guy from that place. With your blessing, I wish to raise support here. Where are you trying to go? Oh, that's ridiculously far away. You can recruit, but I'm not going to give you any money. Our income's a bit low. Can we upgrade our trade post? Not yet. Can we ransom these prisoners? No, they are all too poor. Let's see if we'll have any luck, actually. Ransom has been denied, but one of them accepted it, and we can put that money towards upgrading some things. New market village so we can make a bit more money. Now, what are we working on? Trying to have a daughter, and we're trying to seduce people. What happened to our concubine? Did she die? Died after a period of illness. Fucking great. Okay, let's see if there is anyone fantastic around. So, we are looking for women who are adults, and we don't care if they're married or not. Who died? Our brother died under suspicious circumstances. Well, he was the shitty brother, but we've changed heirs. We've also inherited Jutland, which is good. Now, here's our cousin, so he's not a direct relative. So there's someone who might be a better one. This guy died, why is he still there? He's our best bet. Our son is almost of age actually, so we'll start supporting him as an heir. But this guy can get married. Who to? Let's give him... He can have beta. Depends on the situation. If there's... Like, I don't care about this guy, so I'm just marrying him off to someone. But when I'm looking for a concubine, the concubine has to be... It's basically a mistress, so it needs to be over 16 as the youngest age. 16 is the age of adulthood in this. They've been married, let's get some gold for it. So we want a new concubine. Someone to seduce, preferably. See here, we've got this person is a homosexual, so she's less fertile, has an attraction opinion bonus to other homosexual girls, and vassals don't like her as much. Shield Maiden, that may be... Oh, reduce fertility on that as well. Maybe we'll roll the dice again and see if presenting another debutante is successful, because that last one was amazing. So we should have... no one great. There we go. Yeah, no one great to take as a concubine, but might as well go and seduce her. Can't do it from that screen. Start of the Age of the Vikings. This is what I've been waiting for. The centralization of power in Scandinavia, along with a rapid population expansion, has begun to drive its citizens to look beyond the home shores in earnest. New developments in shipbuilding, an adventurous spirit, and a fearless belief in the gods are now taking the Norse seafarers across the seas towards distant lands. They arrive as traders, raiders, and conquerors, and they call themselves Vikings. So now we get a bunch of free boats, up to 81 from all of our coastal provinces, and we can go and start raiding England and collecting all the fat stacks of cash. What CB do we have against these guys? Make a tributary. England is looking fairly consolidated for a change. Normally this would still be pretty fractured, but they're doing pretty well. Wow, and this is looking very different. So at the earliest start date, the Hesso explains his wish to have a seat on the council. Are you good at anything? No, we don't need you. So at the earliest start date, the Muslims have taken all of what would be Spain and Portugal and pushed back the Christians just to this section. And usually it's pretty rare to see them actually take much land back. But they're doing pretty well. How is our army looking? Could be better. Might actually switch to war stance, so hunting stance, gain some extra health, and we can start going and raiding. But first, let's find ourselves a nice concubine. We don't want the gay one, because that won't give us extra babies. Let's look for women that are lustful. Are all of these? Wow, that's a lot. So we can go with... We don't want a pregnant woman. Proud, patient, wants to become known for virtue, while she's lustful and slothful and proud. Not very likely. Let's search all, and we'll search for my religion group, my culture group, and sort by age, and look for anyone that has a good... Oh, they're all too old. They're all been gobbled up. Let's just grab this girl then. She's not in our court. Where are you? Take concubine. Sort by age. Not keen. Can we invite another debutante? Yes. Now let's see if that was any better. Left-handed is okay, I guess. Increased combat skill is handy. Done. Okay, let's give away some titles. Keep some people happy. And promote some commanders. Which is going to come in handy if we're going to go raiding. So one of our sons has finished his education and done a shit job of it, really. He can become gregarious. So let's get a army together and go do some raiding. Do we have any boats? We have 7 boats. We can take 700 men. Okay, let's wait a bit longer. Give ourselves a bit more time to build up our navy. Each boat can take 100 men, and we do not have enough boats to take how many men we have. And I will also spend some prestige to do up my area a bit better. Let's have some more archers. Everybody lies, and the courtiers are no exception. One of them dared to speak up and tell me I'm too cynical in it, and not everybody lies. Then I knew they all lied. So someone's trying to tell us that not everyone lies while lying. After he told me not everybody lies, I almost started laughing. I told him that if he could prove that, I would start believing in mankind again. We have a 20% chance to not be cynical anymore, but that did not succeed. Let's... Oh, come on, autosave. Let's try for another debutante. Not successful, but she's at least decent skills. But that doesn't really help us. Who's our heir? Our son. Our son could use a wife. How about the left-handed steward? Send. Who is that going to give us all an alliance with? With this dude from Hordaland. But I'm not really too keen on that. He doesn't really have much of an army. How is our navy looking now? 16 ships, 1,800 men. Getting closer. Getting closer. Can we improve? Let's improve our military organization. And don't care about tolerance. None of these are really going to help us. We don't have castles, we don't have cities, we do have temples. That will do. Okay, what about this? That mad dog Hesso has somehow summoned up the courage to challenge you to a duel, basically. If you accept, you and Hesso will meet in single combat on a small island. If you refuse this duel, it will be seen as a stain upon your honour. He has a personal combat skill of 7, we have 4. That is really not good chances for us. And I'd rather not be killed when I'm pretty keen to go on this raid. We'll lose some prestige and we have a chance of losing brave, but I'll take that chance. And it looks like we did lose the trait brave. Oh, not good. We do have enough ships to take our army though. Our niece is a bit diplomatic, a bit martial. Let's teach her humility. Okay, let's get all of our stuff together. All of our army, all of our navy. Now we want to be... Our concubine is pregnant, good stuff. We want to be in charge. And is that a woman? Yes, she's a shield maiden. She can come too. So we toggle looting and we'll sail over and start some raids. I think Kent is looking like a pretty easy target. They're by themselves, they have a fair bit of loot, and our son is now out there. And Kent shouldn't be too strong. Yeah, our raiding force will heavily outnumber his. We'll go Kent, then Sussex. Actually, let's start in Sussex. Sussex, Kent, Essex, and Suffolk. Suffolk. Sieges can drag on for months or even years, and the besieging troops had to forage the countryside for supplies. These foraging parties could sometimes devolve into looting and outright vandalism. This was the case in Sussex, where our troops have pillaged and torched one of the province's buildings. Oh no, we've destroyed a building in Sussex. So we're raiding half a gold every 8 days, which is pretty decent. That's about 2 gold. Doesn't really offset how expensive our army is, but it'll get us prestige, which is more important than money at the moment, really. And once we get the ball rolling, it'll get easier and easier. And we really want the title of Viking, because that is a fantastic title. How are we looking for time? Getting there. The Varangian Guard. Leon is distraught over the poor mettle of his countrymen. Knowing well our skill in battle, he has decided to form a bodyguard consisting solely of Norse warriors. So the Byzantine Emperor wants a special guard made up of solely Norse warriors. Those who serve him in the great city of Miklagard are generously rewarded, and even now many of our young men, eager for riches and adventure, have departed for Greece to pick up his banner. Can we send our son to the Varangian Guard? No. But he might choose to go. That would be really good if he did. He'd basically go away for a while and come back significantly better. We've finally taken Arundel and the men are busy looting and setting fires. Let's try and capture who we can. Because more prisoners means more money, and more money is great. We have our daughter. Malmfried will be a fine name. We've fulfilled our ambition to have a daughter, so let's try to become king, because that is really what I want to be doing. We ransomed that guy off for 70 gold, so the monthly loss we're making for having standing armies is fine because we're heavily offsetting it by taking prisoners and selling them back to their country. You want a seat on the council, hey? You're not really that great at anything, so denied. I cannot offer you that. Let's commission a runestone. We've taken Chichester. The men are looting away. Let's try and get a prisoner. So we've commissioned a runestone. Oh, we clicked it. So commissioning a runestone is basically setting up a monument. We can either speak of ourselves, our father, or our mother. Our father, what did he achieve? Not much. And our mother, she didn't really achieve much either, so let us speak of us, since we have become the first wave of Vikings raiding the shores. The artisans who carve and paint the runestone are asking for instructions. Which of your qualities should it speak of? Wait, what? We have the genius trait? Okay, that is inaccurate. But we are proud. Okay. So it's thinking we have the genius trait because one of the last patches replaced or added shrewd as a form of genius. It's like a lower level, but it's not on hereditary. Let's go our greatness. Anyone else we can ransom? Not yet. It's another siege done, another chance to gain, and we did successfully gain a prisoner. Now that's all of Sussex raided, and their loot is diminished, so on to Kent. The stone is raised. The runestone you commissioned has been finished and raised on the spot you chose for it. You examine the runes. I'm not even going to attempt our name. Hrolfr the Great, who was the favoured son of our father and mother, raised this stone to honour the legacy of his famous deeds. In the world of men, no one was his equal. You leave the stone, content in the knowledge that many centuries from now, when its paint has long since faded, scholars will be studying these runes carved in an effort to glean the wisdom of their words. So that's given us a bunch of prestige, gives us bonus piety, bonus diplomacy, and raises our general opinion. Which is important because we have negative opinion modifiers from killing our brother. Another daughter. Is there anyone worth betrothing her to at this point? Not really. I think the rest of the Scandinavia hasn't really done much to merge itself together. I think we're going to be the first kingdom of Denmark. Oh, you know, we've burnt down another building. Sucks to be those guys. We have a lot of points available, but I don't don't think any of these are particularly useful to us yet. And we've burnt down another building. Oh no. I think if you burn down all of the buildings in a holding, it could destroy the holding as well. We've finally taken Dover. Let's try and take a lot of people. Excellent. As your men return from looting the holding, one of them hands you an axe with a strange purple sheen and a plus etched into the handle, followed by the number 2. After weighing it in carefully in your hands, you toss aside your old grey axe in favour of the new weapon. So this is a reference to any role-playing game where you get a bonus axe. A purple sheen usually indicates it's an epic or a rare item, and it's giving us a +2, so we've gained 2 martial. That's a great joke. We've managed to make our friend like us more. Are you going to form an alliance? Do we already have an alliance? Form alliance. Yes, please. Excellent. But we did accept a call to arms. Who against? Oh, those guys. Have fun. The Swedish conquest of these guys, and they're not even doing very well. We have another son. This guy wants to duel us again. No, thank you. We have a chance of becoming Craven, which I would not like, but I'd rather that than dying. Ooh, there's a pretty big revolt. Man, that sounds like an Australian animal name. We've finally taken Kantwarabara. And the men are already busy looting. Let's see if we captured the priest. A few more people to sell off. 10 gold. 25 gold. They're accepting the ransom. Albrecht is becoming stubborn. He should become... I don't care if you're stubborn, you're not related to me. Who is that and why? You should stop trying to discredit people. It's not good for your health. We've discovered a plot where our spy master, who I'm pretty certain that's a woman. She's trying to seduce... Oh no, that's our spy master. Blur, 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 blur. Derping hard. She's just busy discovering plots for us. Now, please do not murder my son. Or are you trying to seduce him? Our cousin is trying to murder him. I don't really care if she tries to seduce him. Cool, we've finished raiding there. Let's move on to Essex. The only way is Essex. Time to go loot and pillage. They're putting their armies together, but I don't think they have the strength to fight us. Now we just need to fill up our boats with gold, and then we will be heading back with enough money to crown ourselves the King of Denmark. Wow. A new emperor has arisen. Charlemagne could not hold his throne. Brabant has been pushed out, Orleans has spat itself out. That might be a good chance to get some land back. He's got a decent sized army. Let's try and capture more people. Where is the capital of Brabant? They have a bigger army than we do though. Okay. No, I don't want to fight this idiot again. Please stop considering it. Cool, we've destroyed a trade port and we've taken the city of Meldon. That's not accurate, but okay. Oh, we did take Meldon. It just hadn't updated that window yet. Cool. Doing well. We're raiding, we've united our lands, we've lost that fucking Halland again. I have to go take that back. It'll be easier once we are the king. The first king of Scandinavia. Send our spy master to go steal some research. And do that in Constantinople. We've finally taken Waltham, and the men are already busy looting and setting fires. A glorious day. Before things go too far, I could give the men instructions. They will not appreciate being restricted too much. I don't see why we wouldn't want to piss them off and sacrifice all of our captors to our gods. The white bear has been seen for like the 5th time. And we've almost finished looting. Let's move on to Suffolk. You still want a seat on the council, but you haven't lifted your game to be worthy of being on my council. Okay, I'm gonna take a break there, and I'll be back very shortly. Making some progress, time's progressing, we're started fulfilling our Viking heritage and raiding our nearby friends. I hope you enjoyed yourself, I'll be back very soon.